I've got my March Boxycharm by Ipsy. So if you want to see what they chose for me and what I selected, then stay tuned. Hi and welcome to our channel. My name is Tracy. Chloe and Bandit are in the other room. You know Bandit. He likes to be a trader dog and hang out with my mom. And Chloe just got out of school, so she's relaxing. We are going to do our glam bags later on tonight, though. And if you are new, welcome. Thanks so much for checking us out. And if you're returning, thank you so much for being a part of our YouTube family. So this is Boxycharm by Ipsy. It is monthly. You can quarterly get it upgraded to Icon Box, and for $15 extra, you can boost your box, which I do that. Some months I'm like, yay, and other months I'm like, I don't really care about any choices. But I don't remember what it was this month. All right, so very light. I don't think I got any add-ons this month, or if I did, it was like a tiny one. All right, there's your sneak peek. The theme is main character energy. All right, so first this is the Laura Geller Candy Cravings 12 multi-finish eyeshadows, 1 highlighter and 1 blush. The packaging is absolutely stunning. All right, so there are the colors. It's mostly a neutral palette with a few pops of color, a little bit of some purples, and we have our blush and our highlighter. There was a cover over this. I don't want to remove it because I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and I think I'm going to set this aside as a gift. So this, according to the Ipsy site, says it is a $25 value. It got 4.2 stars with 431 ratings on Ipsy out of 5 stars. And 255 of those were 5-star, 4 were 86 were 4-star. So people overall liked the colors. There were some people who felt that on darker skin tones that these aren't necessarily the best colors. I don't know. I think that they're very nice colors. I just have so many palettes that, you know, I'm trying to set some aside for either future gifts or giveaways. So they chose that for me. The next thing they chose for me is this Element Lip Scrub. This is an $18 value. It did only get 3.6 stars. And lip scrubs usually are small. So a little disappointing. It's a little disappointed with a lot of what they chose for me, as well as what a lot of my options were to choose from. This is Clean Beauty. Let's see, one review says it smells good. All right, so one reviewer says it smells good. The ingredient list is minimal. Makes their lips soft. It's a gentle exfoliant. They love the easy to use packaging. I mean, it's just regular old packaging. Somebody else didn't like it because they thought it was too small. Being a full-size product and being worth $18, they thought that wasn't a good match. Somebody else said, just what I always wanted, a lip scrub, because nothing says luxury like rubbing gritty dollar store paste on my lips. It's giving leftover warehouse inventory vibes. So I guess they kind of feel like, some of the people feel like it doesn't match their profile. I like a lip scrub, but I have a bunch. I don't really need another one. I'm not in the market for another one. So I'm going to put this aside as well. All right, so what I picked, and I really wish this had been a larger size because I feel like this is kind of a cheat because they have had full-size products, perfumes in their boxes as well as in their store, and I've been waiting for this one to drop so I could smell it. And this is the 5 cents in Too Deep. It is the travel size, so this is why I think it's a little bit of a cheat. It doesn't say what the value is, so I don't know what this sells for. I believe this came out like last year, and it has a cozy rush of Tahitian vanilla, perfectly blended with sparkling sugar and rich sandalwood. A hint of Italian bergamot and musk adds a grounding vibe, making this fragrance a mix of delicious gourmands and comforting woods. So I like the sweet. I don't know how much I like the woody. So that's why I did not want to purchase it until I was able to get it at a deal, because I have liked all of the 5 cents perfumes that I've gotten. And so I was excited that this was in here. I just wish it had been a larger size. It did get 4.3 out of 5 stars. Somebody said it reminds them of the Victoria's Secret Love Me. I've never smelled that. And it looks like the people who were unhappy were pretty much like me, unhappy with the size. Although one person said, why would you expect to get a $65 perfume in this box? And my response to that would be because I got a full-size Maison Louis Marie, which was a $98 perfume in one of these boxes. So that's my thing. Like, if you can give me a $98 perfume, why not a $65 perfume? So here it is. They did mention that this had a did they say $35 value? No, they're just saying the price of the box. It looks like this sells for $29 at Sephora. All right, so here it is. I'm going to spray it on the box. I got my hand. And at first you do smell like sugar, but then you do get that woody scent. But as it dries down, the woody scent seems balanced with the sugary scent. So I do like that. So I would definitely give this 5 stars. Yeah, I'm going to like that a lot. And I also like 5 Cents as a small brand. It's a female-owned company. The woman's story, I loved reading that. So, and why she came up with this brand. And so I really do, like, I really love this brand. And they are cruelty-free. Okay, next by Fenty Beauty. Now, I don't recall what my choices were. I think I might have screenshotted it. But of the choices, I was like, I don't need another blush, but it's the most interesting thing in there. This is a $28 value. It's part of their Water Brat line, and this is in Shimmering Baby Pink, or maybe that's the color. Yeah, Fenty Cheeks Super Power Blush. Oh, so Water Brat is the color, and it's a Shimmering Baby Pink. And I do love Fenty Beauty, so I was like, well, I don't need another blush, but I do love Fenty, so interesting packaging. It's a very sparkly, I think my light's picking that up very well, but it's very sparkly. Let's check that out. So just for camera purposes to show you how that looks, and then obviously you're gonna buff that in to get just a nice pink shimmer. So really like that. This also had 4.3 stars. So from what I see from the people who didn't like it, a few people didn't like that it was broken when it arrived. I don't think that's a problem with the product. I think it's a problem with the shipping. I did see one person think it was too glittery and not age appropriate, but I don't, it is shimmery. Is it glittery? No. And I think there's that fine line between shimmery and glittery. And this, I would say, is more shimmery. So it's going to give you, particularly if you go lightly, it's going to give you that lit from within look. So I'm going to give it, just on what I'm seeing performance, I'm going to give that a 5 star. Next, by Mud Masky, I got their Heat Protecting Hair Serum. And these, I go through these because anytime I'm going to blow dry my hair, I'm using it. And usually I do blow dry it a little bit. I wash my hair at night, and I don't like to go to bed with wet hair, but I don't fully blow dry it. So I like to put something in to protect it for the kind of partial drying that I'm doing. So I was excited to see this as a choice. I do love Mud Masky. They are a cruelty-free brand. This has aloe vera and olive leaf extract, which are going to condition and lock in moisture. This got 4.2 stars. Some people say it makes their hair look really shiny, but not greasy, doesn't cause any grease. Applies nicely, amazing smell. One person who gave it 3 stars was because of the size. This is 50 milliliters or 2 fluid ounces. So not a huge size, but with Mud Mesky, this is about the size of what you're going to get with almost anything. Somebody said it works really well for their thin hair, so that is a plus. All right, and last is my Boost. And so for my Boost, I chose the Murad Targeted Eye Depuffer. This is a $64 value. Murad's a great brand. This got a full 5-star rating. I don't think this was their recommendation for me. I think it was something else. I think it was the Ole Hendrickson banana cream, but I have one and I haven't even used it yet. So I said, well, let me go with this. And I'm glad I did because it got 5 stars. And part of what I liked about this is the applicator. So you can see it's got this metal applicator, which is nice and cooling and helps with that working the product in, but also with depuffing because it's cool. So that was another thing that drew me to this. Oh, okay, it only has 6 reviews. So it says it features peptides, ginseng, lily, and caffeine, plus a light reflecting complex. They do recommend that you use SPF after letting this fully absorb, and which if you have a moisturizer with SPF, like the Summer Fridays has a nice one, or is it the Elta MD? Yes, Elta MD also has a nice one with a 50 SPF, which is great for your spring going into summer, as well as all summer long. You could also use a tinted moisturizer with SPF, or or a foundation with SPF. So on Ulta and Sephora, it earns between a 4.7 and a 4.6 star rating. So it does seem like it's a loved product by people who have used it. And in the little summary of Google user reviews, it does get a 4.6 rating with 731 customer reviews. They gather that from a variety of places, including Sephora, Ulta, the Murad website. All right, so those are my 6 products. And again, not an exciting box this month, I have to say. Now, the Laura Geller eyeshadow palette is very nice. It's just like so many that I already have. And so that's why I'm like not excited about it. Not that I know what I would have liked different, but it's very, very nice. And Laura Geller definitely has some nice lines. And Laura Geller also is really good for mature skin. It's good for all ages, but really good for mature skin. I love the neutrals in there and those pops of colors, particularly with the purples. That's definitely something I utilize a lot. But I have that Glamlight Willy Wonka palette that has some neutrals as well as some purples. So I think I'm going to just set that aside. I do have some ladies in my family who I think would really enjoy it. So I'm going to set that aside for one of them. The lip scrub, also nice, but just like, I've got quite a few of those. I have a brand that I prefer. I like the NCLA ones. So I don't know. I'm probably going to just put that in a box to either gift or give away. But the other products, I think I'm pretty excited about. I'm excited about the perfume. Still liking it. Still has the sweet mixed with the wood. So it's not like a 15-year-old's perfume. It's definitely, you know, for somebody, and I'm not saying somebody necessarily, like, it doesn't have to be for mature women, but it's just not like a teeny bopper scent. You know, it's not like a 15-year-old scent, pure sugar. It's more something for, you know, somebody in their 20s or 30s or older to have that sweet smell mixed with a little bit more wood smell. And the Murad, I'm really excited about this actually. So kind of I'm more excited about the products that I chose. That Fenty blush, really, really pretty. Really liking that. All right, well, tell me your thoughts. What was your favorite product? What would you be most excited about if this was your box? I mean, still for $35, would I buy this? Yeah, I probably would. I probably would. I think, you know, even though there were a couple of things that I wasn't like as excited about, it's only because, again, this is absolutely lovely. And if I needed another palette with, you know, the neutrals and the pinks and purples, I probably would be very excited about it. It's just not what I need right now. And pretty and my family's going to really love it, I think. All right, well, that's my Boxycharm by Ipsy for the month of March. Again, the theme being main character energy. Do I get main character energy from this box? I do not. I would think something more bold in the choices would be more main character energy. Now, do I see this as useful things, and do I see this as more springy? I think the blush is very springy. I think the perfume is very springy. I think the eyeshadow palette is very springy. I mean, soft lips are always in season, so I think that's like a year-round thing. Same with the eye cream, and same with the hair mask. I think those are all kind of like year-round, but nothing here screams main character energy, with the exception of maybe the perfume and the blush. But that's my opinion. Let me know yours. All right, well, please consider hitting that like, subscribe, and notification bell, and thank you so much for spending this time with me, and hopefully I'll see you soon.